Ford saying that it's going to be keeping its SUV plant in Kentucky. Now, this was something that Donald Trump tweeted when he got the news. Just got a call from my friend Bill Ford, who advised me that he will be keeping the Lincoln plant in Kentucky, no Mexico. This comes at the same time Apple is talking about possibly making its iPhones in the U.S. of A. and not Asia, namely China. To Keith Fitz-Gerald on that, Jonathan Hoenig on that. Jonathan, this is something you probably would not have foreseen when you were wrapping that red flag around yourself for Hillary. What happened?
I couldn't have foreseen that the Republicans would become so anti-trade. Neil, so anti-freedom, I hate to say it, and for Donald Trump to crow about the fact that he has threatened force. That's what Donald Trump is right now. He's not a private businessman again. He's the president-elect. He's got the guns.
So you don't like this? This is capitalism being turned upside down by a guy who's forcing his way.
No. It is not capitalism, Neil. That was why I was for Hillary Clinton,
right.
Is that Trump now is the standard. So this is cronyism, Neil. This is collectivism, and it's terrible economics. People might say, oh, well, it's great, we'll get some jobs here in America. It's not a fixed pie. The more profit that Apple can make, the more profit that Ford can make, the more they can reinvest, create the new jobs, the new wealth. Trump doesn't get that.
All right. What do you think of that, Keith?
Well, I disagree, like 100%, 200%, 300%. The law of capitalism is very simple. Money will go to where it's treated.
You just can't.
Well, I've got Bernanke bought. I can do whatever I want here. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Capitalism, money always goes to where it's treated best. President-elect Trump has been very clear about what he wants to do. American CEOs are not stupid. In fact, they're very intelligent. And when you think about it, CEOs have to lead because they have to turn a profit. Politicians lead because they want to be followed. What Trump is saying is, hey, get your stuff together, bring it here. We're going to put a couple $100 billion into the markets. And CEOs are responding to that. I think corporate America falls into line very quickly.
They're not being intimidated, though, to Jonathan's point, Keith, that they're being kind of coerced?
No, they're not being coerced at all. They've got shareholders they have to report to. There's nothing to do with coercion here.
Well,
guns
Johnny,
are
that's your
ridiculous.
point, but those shareholders are the ones who will ultimately get gouged here, right?
Well, the shareholders
make a killing.
And consumers as well. You know, I mean, Donald Trump, he doesn't see the net effect, the cause and effect, that if an iPhone costs an extra $20 more, an extra $50 more, that's wealth that's destroyed, Neil, for totally irrational purposes. And let me just disagree with our guest about his definition of capitalism. Capitalism is the extraction of force from the economy. So when Donald Trump calls and says, hey, you might think about that, he's not calling as just your average Joe. He's calling as the president. Again, he's got the guns. It has a tremendously chilling effect on the economy.
Keith.
Well, if it's chilling, then why is the stock market up? Why are profits rising? Why are all these things happening? The bottom line is they know what's going to happen, and they're going to do it on behalf of their shareholders and their consumers. When they move iPhones, for example, to America, they're not going to be the same guy screwing in one screw on the production line over there in China. You're going to see an entire new generation of robotics. You're going to see an entire new generation of consumerism. You're going to see an entire new generation of creativity bound by America, where we've got the intellectual prowess.
If it's robots, then why is he bringing the jobs home in the first place? And, you know, Neil, this economy used to be 80, 90% agricultural. Those jobs were outsourced, and thank God they were, because Americans got much better jobs. This is central planning. This is East Germany stuff. This is the thing that Republicans used to be against, that the Democrats spearheaded. So this is going to cost America, and the reason the stock market's going up, because it sees the inflation that Donald Trump's going to cause.
Keith, I'll give you the final word.
I think you're way off base here. Respectfully, I might add, I understand the intellectual nature of your arguments, but the reality is you've got a couple 100 million Americans who want to go to work, who need a paycheck, who need higher income, and bringing corporate America back to bear is something that's going to do that.
And by the way, the markets might be responding more to the
Look up Herbert Hoover.
The markets might be responding more to just the tax cuts to come and that kind of stuff, which they do like. This other stuff, maybe it's not sorted out. Guys, I want to thank you both very, very much.